4 of them. Right.
So you mentioned your father was a preacher,
Yeah.
and a Swiss preacher, in what I remember that you explained to me was that that early on you learned about what was written in the Bible, and you had a strong relation to faith, and as we were
I
talking,
had a strong...
relation to faith. To
No.
no.
No. My father was a Protestant minister, but he was a very liberal Protestant minister.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. He would say about God, he would say, well, God is like a mountain, and there's several different roads up. You know, it's not just one road, and it's not just one belief which is sacred. He would include all religions in the spiritual culture of humankind.
Okay.
He would not insist that that it would have to do with the Bible or so, but he told us the biblical stories like as part of literature. You know, we knew all about these biblical stories, especially from the Old Testament, which are much more interesting than the New Testament. And in fact, you know, we would sit around him, and he would have us this picture Bible, and he would tell the stories of Isaac and Abraham and all these guys, and very vividly. He was a great storyteller, but he never said, because of God. You know, you must believe in that guy. Never.
So I remember just before we started this podcast, we talked a little bit about Jesus, and I remember you mentioned that what I've read is that Jesus lived his life as single, and that he did not have any children. He did not have any wife. He did not have romantic relationships. That's what I understand, and you objected there. And can you maybe explain what you learned about his?
Well, I think. I mean, it may not be anywhere registered in the Bible or in the canon of beliefs, but I believe that he had a relationship, a very nice relationship, with Mary Magdalene, and that she was an important female person. Even if he wasn't married, he may have even had sex with her, we don't know. But I think that was his woman. Like, you know, if you look at literature, you know, there's always some kind of sort of man-woman relationship which is interesting, and it needn't be going all the way, you know. And we don't even know that he didn't have children. No, because in the Bible there are huge periods where we don't know where Jesus went. We don't know. Suddenly he turns up again. Where was he? Right? And it has to do not with God's word, but it has to do with the fact that these stories were collected and transmitted from generation to generation. Somebody wrote them down, and then suddenly somebody said, this is God's word, this is the Bible, and all the stories outside it are not valid. Rubbish. You know, there were sects of different kinds in the time of Jesus. Some of them were more Christian and some of them were less Christian. Right? There were no Muslims around because that was later. But there were lots and lots of different groups of people, like today, you know.
Yeah. So speaking about this topic,